All my dear students of class 8, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I'm once again back with you all for your chemistry online class. Let's proceed on with the exercise on page number 131 and 132. So, tick the correct option. In which of the following does carbon exist in free state? Yes, carbon dioxide, CO2, chalk, CaCO3, carbohydrate, C6H12O6. One example is glucose. Then graphite. So it is graphite. Is it clear? Next is, which of the following is an amorphous form of carbon? Graphite, coke, diamond or fullerene. Yes, it is. Yes, coke. Is it clear? All other three are crystalline form. The hardest known natural substance is diamond. In the structure of diamond, each carbon atom is linked to, yes, 4. Linked to 4 neighboring carbon atoms by strong bonds. Which of the following is correct? Incorrect statement about the structure of graphite. Layers are held together by weak forces. This is true. Each carbon atom is joined to 4 other carbon atoms. No, they are joined to 3 other carbon atoms. So, this is incorrect. Buckminster fullerene contains 20 carbon atoms, 40 carbon atoms, 60 carbon atoms or 100 carbon atoms. It is 60 carbon atoms. The phenomena of existence of an element in 2 or more different forms that have the same chemical but different physical properties are called as, yes, allotropes. The blank is used in sharp edge cutters for cutting glass and in rock drilling equipment for drilling holes. It is diamond. Powdered coke is heated with a small amount of sand and ferric oxide at 3000 degrees Celsius to produce graphite. Right? Graphite is a good conductor. Is a good conductor of electricity due to the presence of free electrons or strong bonds between carbon atoms. It is due to the presence of free electrons. So we had discussed about the coal and its stages of formation and its various uses. Then the destructive distillation of coal. What do you mean by the destructive distillation of coal? So the laboratory method of destructive distillation of coal and the process of heating coal in the absence of oxygen to obtain useful products is called destructive distillation. Is it clear? So when coal is heated strongly above 1000 degrees Celsius without air, that is in the absence of air, produces many byproducts, and the main byproducts being coke, coal tar, amino acid liquor, ammoniacal liquor and coal gas. Is that clear? Now how it is done? Let's understand the concept through experiment. Objective of experiment is, of course, the destructive distillation of coal. So materials which are required are 2 hard glass test tubes in this one, but in your book there is a hard glass test tube and a conical flask, and of course delivery tube, clamp stand, burner, rubber stoppers and pieces of coal along with water. So take small pieces of coal in test tube A, and test tube A is fitted with a rubber stopper carrying a delivery tube and is clamped to the stand. Is that clear? You can see the arrangement. And test tube B contains water, is clamped vertically to the stand. Yes, you can see both test tube A and test tube B. Now the burner is lighted and the test tube A is heated, first gently and then intensely. Then the gas liberated by heated coal passed through the water in test tube B. You can see gas is being liberated. You will observe black coal tar collected at the bottom of test tube B. Is that clear? Coal tar and the ammoniacal compounds form will dissolve in water in test tube B to form ammoniacal liquor. Is it clear? So coal gas is insoluble in water, escapes through the side tube and it can be lighted at the end of the open tube. So I have shown you the video for the destructive distillation of coal, and in your book a conical flask is used instead of the test tube B. And here you can see the apparatus is set as follows, as given, and on heating the powdered coal, what do you observe? As you had seen in the video, that the formation of dark brownish grey vapor, are seen, and some of the carbon particle present in the vapor get solidified near the mouth of the boiling tube and are known as gas carbon. Over here at the mouth of the test tube, and they get deposited over here, and they are known as gas carbon. Is that clear? So the vapor escapes into the conical flask containing water through the delivery tube and condenses to form two distinct layers. The top layer contains clear liquid, which is known as the ammoniacal liquor, and the lower layer contains thick black liquid, which is known as the coal tar. So you can see the two layers, that is the ammoniacal liquor and the coal tar. Is that clear? And a colorless gas also bubbles out from here, and which is seen burning over here and this is known as coal gas. It is a mixture of hydrogen, carbon monoxide and methane, that is CH4. This is these are the constituents of the coal gas, that is the hydrogen, carbon monoxide, methane and ethylene. And what is left over here is a black residue is left behind in the boiling tube. This is known as the coke. So this is the coke which is left behind in the test tube, and that means you can see the equation, that is the coal on strong burning in the absence of air in a closed retort, coke, coal tar, ammoniacal liquor and coal gas are formed. Is that clear? So these are the byproducts of destructive distillation of coal, and all these products have certain uses. So coke is a black and porous solid, and it is almost pure form of carbon. It contains about 98% of carbon. This coke contains, and coke is obtained as a residue. I have just shown you that during the destructive distillation of coal, and it burns without smoke. When it is burned, there is no smoke which is emitted out. It is not completely used as household fuel because it is expensive, just because it does not give out smoke. So it is used as an industrial fuel. So there are two types of coke: hard coke and soft coke. This is the soft coke, and hard coke is light and lustrous. It is used in industrial furnaces, while the black coke is black and porous, and it is used in household furnaces. Is that clear? Being porous means increasing the surface area, and it burns more effectively and gives out more heat, so it is used in household furnaces. Now in iron and steel industry, this coke is an essential raw material for this industry, for the production of iron and steel, and is required to heat the furnace. Is it clear? So you can see in this diagram that coke is required in the production of iron and steel. In second use, it is used as a reducing agent for the extraction of many metals from the ores. Before that, it is used to prepare metallic carbides, that is calcium carbide. You can see by this equation that coke is used in the production of calcium carbide. Is it clear? So this diagram shows the production of artificial graphite, and here also coke is used in the manufacture of artificial graphite. Water gas and producer gas, all these are produced with the help of coke. Now coal tar, that is it is left behind as the black liquid in the conical flask. Is that clear? So it is thick and black liquid. It has an unpleasant smell, and you can see that it is a mixture of different carbon compounds, and on fractional distillation of coal tar many chemical substances are obtained, and the chemical substances obtained by the fractional distillation of coal tar used for manufacturing dyes, explosives, paints, varnishes, plastics, synthetic fibers and drugs. So these are the different fractions, that is light oil, heavy oil, anthracite. So these all are used for producing many useful products. Is that clear? In the manufacture of dyes, explosive, paints, varnishes, plastics, synthetic fibers and drugs. So this is the picture of coal tar, container filled with coal tar, and I have just shown you that by fractional distillation it can be separated out into various fractions which are used for manufacturing some useful products. Now coal gas burns to produce heat, and it is an excellent fuel. It is used as a fuel in industries situated near the coal producing plants. Is that clear? And ammoniacal liquor, it is used to prepare fertilizers, that is the chemicals added to the soil to make it fertile. So ammoniacal liquor can be used in the manufacture of rubber, leather, plastic, electronics and many other important things and useful things. Is it clear? Next is charcoal. It is obtained by strong heating of organic means carbon containing matter in a closed container in the absence of air in order to break larger molecules into smaller ones. So this is called destructive distillation of carbon compound, that is by the strong heating of organic or carbon containing substances in a closed container in the absence of air in order to break larger molecules into smaller ones. So there are three main types of charcoal depending upon the source of carbon compound, that is wood charcoal, then sugar charcoal, and of course the bone charcoal. These are the three types of charcoal. Is it clear? Now wood charcoal is black, porous and brittle solid, that is why it can easily be broken. Brittle is something which can be easily broken into pieces, and it is prepared by the destructive distillation of wood. The wood is heated in the absence of air in a closed container, and wood is converted into charcoal, leaving behind volatile impurities like wood tar and wood gas. Is that clear? That is, this is obtained when wood is heated in the absence of air. Is that clear? So this wood charcoal is obtained along with wood tar and of course wood gas. Is that clear? So these are the three products obtained by heating wood. Now how the local preparation of charcoal is done? That is, logs of wood are piled up one above the other, and a gap is left at the center of the pile, and then this pile is covered with wet clay to prevent the entry of air. Now some space is left at the bottom of the pile to allow a little air, and the logs of wood are set on fire. When the wood burns completely, a greyish black brittle solid is obtained, and it is wood charcoal. Is it clear? This is how logs are collected, and then they are covered with wet clay, and there are some spaces left behind, that is for the entry of air. So this is how wood charcoal is formed. Now we take the activity 3 is to be demonstrated by the teacher. It is how to prepare the wood charcoal. Sawdust is taken, that is the very fine pieces of wood come out when when some wooden thing is scrapped off, or furniture is being made at home, or some wooden item is being made, that whatever left over, not the wood shavings but a very fine powdery substance which is called sawdust, and this is taken in a hard glass test tube and it is set up like this. Now what do we do? That we heat it strongly and bring a burning matchstick near the end of the second delivery tube. That is, here another delivery tube is there which is not shown over here. You can see in the diagram given in your book. Heat the sawdust till it changes to a black mass. This will change into a black mass. Is it clear? This changes into a black mass, and the second test tube has a liquid. The upper colorless layer is pyrogenous. Here the two layers are there. Upper colorless layer is pyroligneous acid, and the lower dark colored liquid is, here there is a dark colored liquid which is known as the wood tar. Is that clear? So the black residue left in the first test tube is wood charcoal. Here whatever is left is a black mass, and this is known as the wood charcoal. Now what are the characteristics, physical properties of wood charcoal? That is, it is a soft, black and porous solid. It is brittle and tasteless substance. It is a poor conductor of heat and electricity. It is porous, that means it has pores in it. It is not compact and has a large surface area just because of the presence of the pores, and that is why it is a good adsorbent of gases and liquid. It can adsorb, that means surface absorption. Is that clear? Of gases and liquids. It can adsorb gases and liquid, and it is porous, thus it holds air in the pores and floats on water. Is it clear? So it holds, it is light just because of the pores, and it can easily float on water. And this is the inside view of activated carbon or activated wood charcoal. That is, when wood charcoal is heated up to 900 degrees Celsius. Wood charcoal. Now this is when heated up to 900 degrees Celsius. Is that clear? How much? 900 degree Celsius. And what is used for heating? Steam. Then it becomes activated wood charcoal. So whatever pores that are inside them, they open up, and when they open more, what will they do? They will increase the absorption of gases. The surface area will increase more for the adsorption of gases and liquids, and this activated charcoal is used as a catalyst to facilitate certain chemical reaction. So this has a very important role to play, that is, it is used as a catalyst. So this activated charcoal has several uses, that is, it is a very important substance and it is used for various activities. That is one which is given in your book, that it acts as a good adsorbent and an effective catalyst. It is used for indoor air decontamination just because it absorbs harmful gases and liquids, and for treatment of water or filtering water. It is used in pharmacy, that is in the drug industry, then storage of gas and electric energy, and so on. Now in the activity 4 on page number 136, now in this activity we take a test tube in which we add to that introduce a cotton plug soaked in bromine liquid, and this bromine liquid, this is reddish brown. Is that clear? So this is reddish brown vapor of bromine. Is it clear? Now this test tube gets filled with reddish brown vapor of bromine. Is that clear? Now what happened to this? We add to the same test tube which containing reddish brown vapors, we add a piece of activated charcoal. When we add a piece of activated, or we introduce a small piece of activated wood charcoal, what happened? After a few minutes, what do we observe? We observe that the reddish brown bromine vapor disappears. The color that was in this test tube disappears. Is that clear? So what does this prove? This proves that wood charcoal adsorbs gases. Now here we have another activity, activity 5, to show that activated wood charcoal adsorbs colors from the solution. What do? We first of all, the things that we need are blue ink, water, 2 beakers, powdered activated charcoal, a glass rod, a filter paper, a funnel and a stand. Is that clear? So what do we do first is a solution of blue ink in water in a beaker. This is the solution of blue ink. Is that clear? And add some powdered activated charcoal. We have added powdered activated charcoal to this. Now we stir this well with the mixture with the help of a glass rod for some time. Keep stirring it and then filter it. And this filtration, a funnel along with the filter paper is set up in this clamp, and then this is filtered. Now collect the filtrate in another beaker, and what do we observe? That the color of the oiling, that the whole color of the blue ink fades away after some time. What do we obtain over here? Is a colorless filtrate. So what do we conclude? That the activated wood charcoal adsorbs the colored ink from the solution. Is it clear? So the uses of wood charcoal, that it is used as a fuel, and it is a better fuel than wood because it produces more heat on burning as compared to the burning of an equal mass of wood. The heat produced is much more as compared to the same amount of wood, and even less smoke is emitted out. Much less, no smoke or very less smoke is emitted out as compared to when you burn the same amount of wood, and that is less smoke means less air pollutions. Now this wood charcoal also acts as a reducing agent. Reducing agent are the chemical substances that remove oxygen, and they are used in the extraction of metal from their metallic oxides. Is that clear? Then it is used in making gunpowder. Now gunpowder is used as an explosive, and in guns and rifles it is used in the bullet in the manufacture of bullets also. So this is another use of charcoal. Then it is a high quality adsorbing power adsorber. That means it has great adsorbing power, and just because it is a good adsorbent of gases and liquids, so it is used for making gas masks, as in mines where harmful gases are emitted out. It is used for making gas masks, and it absorbs harmful poisonous gases. It is used in tablets to cure indigestion and gastric problems. Is that clear? And to avoid gas and bloating. So the tablets absorb the gases produced in the stomach and thus relieve the gas pressure. And it is used to remove color from crude sugar and turns it white. This is also a use of charcoal, that is the color of the crude sugar is creamish and dirty, and it removes that color and makes it turn white. Then it is used in water filters and removes bacteria from drinking water. Is that clear? All the water filters contain this, and they absorb the harmful substances. And then it absorbs the foul smelling gas produced by decaying food particles in the mouth, and thus it is used in Ayurvedic dental powders. Is that clear? Then it even lowers bad cholesterol, relieves insect bites and bee stings, and help prevent hangovers and cleans the digestive tract. And even it is used to treat poisoning, so that the person vomits out whatever toxic substances or whatever food poisoning that has taken. A person has swallowed something which is not to be eaten, then this is used for vomiting out. So this is all for today. Allah Hafiz.